All right, today we're talking about a book with a title that just grabs you, Damon West's Six Dimes and a Nickel. It's this incredibly raw story about hitting the absolute bottom and then finding a way to climb back up. It's all about resilience, and it's all about real, profound change.
But that title, right? It really starts with a question. I mean, what can you truly build with just 65 cents? If you think about it, it's next to nothing.
And see, that's the whole point. Six dimes and a nickel has nothing to do with money. It's a symbol. It stands for starting over with the absolute bare minimum, the simple tools and the basic wisdom you need to rebuild an entire life from scratch. This is the central idea for this whole journey.
So where did this journey even begin? Well, to really get why the redemption part is so powerful, you have to understand the fall. This is the story of how Damon West went from a life full of promise to a life behind prison walls.
I mean, just look at this. The contrast couldn't be more stark. On one side, you've got a life brimming with opportunity and potential, and on the other, a spiral into addiction, crime, and eventually a long prison sentence. Knowing just how far he fell makes his climb back that much more amazing.
And it's right there, at that absolute lowest point, that the real story actually starts. This is the turning point. The book presents this totally critical idea of redefining what rock bottom even is.
To do that, it takes a massive shift in your mindset, and it's captured perfectly in this one idea. Treat setbacks as turning points instead of endings. It's not about pretending failure didn't happen, it's about changing your relationship with it, and that becomes the foundation for everything else. So, with this new way of looking at things, the whole experience gets reframed. Rock bottom isn't a grave you're stuck in, it's a solid foundation you can build on. The lesson here is that failure can actually be used as feedback, as data for growth, instead of a permanent label.
Okay, so if rock bottom is your new foundation, what exactly do you build with? Well, West lays out a really clear framework, a practical, step-by-step blueprint for that climb back up.
And here it is, the 7-step action plan. It all kicks off with taking ownership, then moves to starting small, building support, and so on. This is literally the roadmap out of the darkness, and we're going to hit on a few of the most important steps right now.
Step 1, well, it's the one you just can't skip. It's all about radical accountability. That means you have to accept full 100% responsibility for your past and for your choices now. Without that, honestly, none of the other steps are even going to work.
Now, once you've taken ownership, the very next step brings us right back to our title. Start small, but stay consistent. This is all about the power of tiny, daily habits. A small discipline, done every single day, adds up and compounds into huge transformation. That's the 6 dimes and a nickel in action.
The plan also gets super practical, especially with building resilience. And this isn't some vague, feel-good idea. We're talking about concrete things you can do, like gratitude journaling, to help you focus on what you still have, not what you've lost, or using mindfulness to build that inner stability. These are the real tools for developing fortitude.
And here's where the journey really starts to turn outward. A crucial piece of your own healing is to find a new purpose by helping other people. Sharing your story, doing acts of service. That's how you actually transform your own pain into a source of strength, not just for you, but for everyone around you.
So let's pull all these pieces together. You have the fall, the new definition of rock bottom, and then this clear blueprint for rebuilding. When you see it all laid out, you really get to the powerful, central message of the book.
What this all boils down to, really, is an incredible testament to the human spirit's power to overcome just about anything. It's living proof that a broken past does not have to define your future.
At the heart of it all is this incredibly powerful message of hope. The promise of this book is that redemption is always possible. It doesn't matter where you're starting from. The smallest steps, your own 6 dimes and a nickel, can absolutely lead to the greatest transformations.
And that really just leaves us with one last question, a personal one for you. As you think about this journey, think about your own life. What are those small, fundamental resources you have? That simple wisdom, those tiny habits you can start today? What is your 6 dimes and a nickel?